Now that you're more familiar with the Leap dashboard, we'll show you how you can use Ezoic Leap settings to optimize your site and diagnose potential speed issues. Feel free to pause as you need. Let's go into the optimization settings. You have two options, set it up for me or set it up myself. Set it up for me just means that an Ezoic technician will put you in a queue and eventually they'll be able to identify settings and troubleshoot any of the potential issues on your site. However, most sites are able to skip the waiting on a technician and easily set it up for themselves. Let's talk about how. To get started, we recommend leaving the settings that are automatically turned on. You'll see 7 different categories and then more granular settings under Advanced Settings. I'll briefly go over each of the categories. CSS is largely responsible for the styling of your website. Minification makes file calls to different aspects of your site, smaller things like HTML and forms. Images reduces the size of images, offers free image compression in the cloud, and serves your images in next-generation formats. Script execution delays scripts that aren't needed on a page for the visitor when the page first loads. Static cache policy ensures that the cache isn't cleared on your site for things that it doesn't need to be cleared for. Content ensures things like iframes and social media embeds are not being loaded for extended periods of time upon the page requests. Pre-connect allows your site to complete ad requests, other services, and widgets that might be making an external call on your website prior to page load. For any reason, if these categories might be causing something to not work properly on your website, you can always toggle it off. Then when you go to complete your setup, you can actually use the Ezoic preview when you're logged out of your WordPress website. That way you can identify if the website is working properly or not with these settings. Remember, if you're logged into WordPress, it won't work. But luckily, you can always copy the preview URL and paste it inside an incognito window. While previewing, you'll see these bubbles here that show you which features you have toggled on, and that will allow you to see if your site is working properly. You can always go back, toggle on or off specific settings if you don't see the preview is activating the way that you would imagine. Once you find that your site is operating the way it's supposed to and the optimal settings are in order, you can click Next, view a preview one more time for good measure, click Next one more time, and then you'll be able to activate the settings on your site. If you change a plugin or something with your site, you'll want to make sure that you clear the site speed cache, as well as the Ezoic Cloud cache so you see the most up-to-date version of your site.